What's going on, everyone? My name's Brendan from Ocean and Sea, and in this video I'm going to go through some tips and tricks regarding creative projects that I've learned throughout the years of doing them, and how these tips can really set you up for success. We actually started out with a creative project at Ocean and Sea in 2014 before we even really began selling products or selling design. And I credit that creative project that we called the Daydreams Project as really the way that I got the company off the ground, and really what I accredit sort of our initial success for was just simply exploring our creativity and sharing it. So hopefully through these tips, you guys can get something out of it and maybe implement it into your own practice. Step one is really to know the season of life that you are currently in. This is going to vary from person to person, but we all have commitments in our life, whether that's a spouse, maybe a dependent, maybe we have a full-time job, part-time job, or a combination, or things that we just have to take care of in addition to the creative project that we end up doing. So you really have to know, are you ready mentally and physically to spend hundreds of hours potentially on a creative project? Because if you're not in that season, it's totally fine. You just have to wait and for when that time is right. Because if you wait and you're doing it in the right season of your life, then I feel like you're going to get so much more out of it instead of just getting burned out. The second step is to prepare, and then prepare more, and then when you're done preparing, just prepare some more. You can't start too early kind of figuring out the foundation of your project, whether that's what you're going to do conceptually. Maybe you're going to focus on a particular subject matter. Maybe you're wanting to explore some new materials that you've never used before. Experiment with those materials and really give a lot of thinking through your project before you do it, because you're going to get so much more out of it, and you're just going to be proud of it when you look back and think, wow, I put a lot of time and thought into that, and look, it's great, I'm proud of it. For our 36 Days of Type project, I started thinking about the project in November of 2020. And so it was literally 9 months or a year prior that I was thinking through the project and what I wanted to do and how I wanted that to coincide with the Ocean and Sea rebrand that we recently did. And it just took a ton of time and exploration visually to kind of get comfortable with the idea of, okay, I feel like I'm wrapping my mind around an idea and I'm finally ready to start. The third step is structuring your schedule. You really have to maximize every minute of the day in order to successfully implement a creative project. So you really want a consistent time every day where maybe you set 2-3 hours a day, whatever you can give. Maybe it's just an hour, but so that it's consistent, it's in the morning or it's in the middle of the day, or maybe if you're a night person, it's at night, because you want that to be sort of a ritual for however long the project lasts, because the more you can structure your schedule, the more likely you are to make. The fourth step is believing in yourself and your ideas. I feel like for me personally, I've doubted myself in so many seasons of, I don't know, maybe that's not worth exploring, or maybe this idea is going to be stupid. But I hadn't even given the opportunity of those ideas to fail or succeed. I've almost kind of shot myself in the foot voluntarily, because I didn't sort of allow myself to at least give me the chance to explore those ideas. So whatever idea you have, know that it's going to take time and perseverance to sort of implement and realize the larger vision. But the sooner you start, the better. So why not start with what you're able to do today instead of worrying about tomorrow? Because your creative career is like a snowball, and eventually it's going to pick up momentum, but you have to start. You got to give it, an hour a day or whatever you can give. Otherwise, you're just not going to start at all. Guaranteed at some point in your creative project, you're going to hit a roadblock. And this brings us to step 5, which is just to keep going, especially when you're in the middle of a creative project. You don't want to analyze at this point. You just want to get through to the end. And so whether you're overworked, maybe you're tired, maybe you have some like life stuff going on around you while doing the project, it's important to just push through. Just put your head down and just put pen to paper, so to speak, and just get it done. This is when you really don't want to overanalyze. And when you get beyond that roadblock, when you sort of can overcome that creative mental challenge, that's when you will start to see greatness in your work, but you have to push through. Just recently, I finished up the 36 Days of Type project, which was 36 days in total, where we went through A through Z and then 0 through 9, covering the Latin alphabet. Some of these tips were helpful and that you can implement them into your own practice of doing a creative project to ensure that you go into a creative project fully knowing what you're committing to, what the challenges will be ahead, but you've prepared and you're mentally up for the challenge. And ultimately, a creative project is to have fun. If you're not having fun, then that's part of, the point of why you might want to do a creative project. So enjoy the process, don't get fixated on the results, and if you do end up doing a creative project in any way, we'd love to see. Tag us on social media if any of these tips and tricks helped you with your own creative project endeavors.